All right, so if you watch my Instagram, you would know that I bought a new bike. I sold the Honda 919, wasn't really feeling it. So I picked up this 2006 Sportster. It's been a good bike. Been having lots of fun on it. Don't know really much about it. The guy who bought the bike and I bought it from didn't know much about the bike and just kind of told me a bunch of things. It is a 883 custom. So the custom is obviously all the bling. One of the things and why I'm making this video for tonight is I converted this bike from forward controls over to mid controls. So the mid forward controls would be sitting up closer here, and the mid controls are now further back. The install of the controls themselves are pretty straightforward. This side is the easiest, just because the lever just goes right onto the side of the case. That just bolts onto the bottom of the frame, and then you just plug off the two holes up there. But this side is way more of a challenge, and the reason why it's more of a challenge over here is because with these slip-ons, these Vance & Hines slip-ons, there is two bolts back here that need to be tightened. Now, being that I am new to this bike and I don't know much about it and I don't have any instructions or any guides or anything, trying to figure out how to get these installed was a bit of a chore. So a lot of the times what you'll do is you'll leave your head pipe loose. Any other brackets along here you'll keep loose, and then what that will do is it allows you to get into places like that. But that's not the case with this bike. So through a lot of random searching and going on YouTube, what I found was because these Vance & Hines have this connector pipe back here, which runs all the way down the back and then comes in over here. There's a bracket here. I found out that I was actually doing this the hard way, because on the bottom, down under here, so right there where my finger is a single bolt. And then over on this side is another bolt. Now, if you undo those two bolts, you undo this clamp here, and this whole piece will just slide off. Because then that way you can then put the clamp on the back, and then, because that clamp on the back is part of the bottom brace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the two bolts off, undo this clamp, slide this off, and then I can show you. Because while you can, if you try, you can kind of get a wrench back in here over top of this bar and stuff. But there's a few places that you'll have troubles, such as this back little screw back here for the rod, and then the two here. So you fight with those a lot. So we're going to take this off, and once we take this off, then I'll show you everything else. Okay. So I'm going to show you now, but I have to make a slight correction. So you still have to take your head pipe off, but you don't have to take off this clamp. But now you can see that those two bolts in the back that I would be having troubles getting at are right there. Easy to cinch down, put some blue Loctite on. And now you can see this guy is super easy to get to. And your two install bolts down here are super easy to get to. So if you're taking off your exhaust to put on mid controls, or you need to do work in that area, those two bolts on the bottom, and take off the two head pipe bolts, and all it comes off, and that's all you'll need. So I figured I'd just make a quick video on that, because I've been struggling with this for probably 2 days, and I don't have anyone to really show me what's going on, so I got to figure this stuff out on my own. And watching that quick YouTube video led me to this. So I will be able to get the exhaust back on this thing, and get all the bolts down properly as they should be. And then from there, I got some things that I need to do. Take off the windshield there. It's got a tank strap that has come off, and switch out those shocks. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.